Imagine waiting for love, gifts, and a celebration. And instead, your husband hands you divorce papers on your anniversary. My heart stopped. My world shattered. What happened next was pure chaos, secrets, danger, and a truth I never saw coming. My name is Adiz and welcome to my channel, where we bring you the most shocking and emotional stories you won't forget. Don't forget hit that subscribe button, give a like and share your thought in the comment. I had waited for this day, our 5th wedding anniversary, with so much hope. I imagined flowers, a cake, maybe a quiet dinner under soft lights. I even bought a new dress that shimmered like the sunset, hoping it would make him smile the way he did when we first met. The morning began like any other. Birds sang outside, sunlight danced on the walls, and I prepared breakfast with care, sprinkling cinnamon on pancakes, slicing mango just right. I wanted today to feel magical. When he finally came home, I ran to greet him, expecting warmth, laughter, maybe a small box tucked behind his back. But he didn't smile. His face was cold, unreadable. Something in me shivered. "Happy anniversary," I said softly, forcing a smile. He handed me an envelope. I thought it was a card. But the words on top made my heart stop. Divorce papers. I froze. My hands shook. What is this?" I whispered. His eyes were empty, distant. "I can't do this anymore. I've made my decision." I laughed, because my mind refused to accept it. "You're joking, right? This is a prank." His blank expression told me otherwise. "Please," I pleaded, my voice trembling. "We can fix this. We can talk. We can work through anything." He shook his head slowly. "There's nothing to work through. It's over." Tears filled my eyes. I sank to the floor, clutching the envelope. My heart pounded. My mind raced through memories, our first date, the way he kissed me in the rain, the night we danced under the moonlight. How could it all vanish so easily? He knelt beside me. I thought maybe he would pull me into his arms. But he only placed a hand on mine, cold and distant. "I'm sorry," he whispered, and I felt 1,000 betrayals in that word. The next moments were a blur. I remember my sobs filling the room, the sunlight fading behind clouds, and the terrifying emptiness of realizing the man I had loved had decided to erase us from existence. Later, I sat in the living room, staring at the divorce papers spread before me. I could sign and end it all, or refuse and live in torment. My hands hovered above the paper, frozen. I wanted to understand. Why now? After all the years, all the love, why? Had I been blind, never seeing the cracks growing deeper with time? The phone rang. I didn't answer. Not yet. Night fell, and the house felt cold and empty. I wrapped myself in a blanket, staring at the ceiling, trying to make sense of the senseless. How could someone so close choose to leave, to turn our life together into a memory I now had to live with alone? And then, a thought crept in. Maybe this wasn't the end. Maybe there was a reason behind his actions, a truth I hadn't yet learned. My broken heart clung to that tiny flicker of hope. I whispered to the darkness, my voice trembling, "There has to be more to this, there must be." That night would mark the beginning of a story far bigger than heartbreak. A story of secrets, betrayal, and shocking truths. Things that would shake the foundation of everything I thought I knew. And as I lay there, staring at the moonlight filtering through the curtains, I asked the question that would haunt me for days to come. What could make a man give divorce papers on an anniversary instead of love? The morning after the divorce papers, I felt hollow. The envelope still lay on the table, a cruel reminder of last night. My hands trembled as I touched it, but I couldn't stop thinking about him. My husband, the man I had loved and trusted. He didn't speak much during breakfast. His silence was heavy, almost unbearable. Every glance at him made my stomach twist. Something dangerous lingered in the air, a shadow I couldn't see but could feel. Finally, he stood and held out his hand. "Come with me," he said quietly. "I'll show you everything. You need to see it to understand." I hesitated. Fear and curiosity warred inside me. But my love pulled me forward. I took his hand, feeling his warmth and the steady grip that had always anchored me. He led me to a small, locked room in the back of the house, one I had never noticed. Inside, a safe sat on a shelf, with papers and photographs stacked neatly beside it. My eyes widened. What was all this? He opened the safe, pulling out folders labeled "Danger, for her eyes only." My heart pounded. "These are the people who've been watching us," he began, his voice low. "They want to control you to get to me. Dangerous people. Powerful people. They would stop at nothing to hurt anyone connected to me." I blinked. Why me? Why would they want to hurt me? "It's not personal," he said. "They want something I have. By targeting you, they think they can reach me. That's why I had to make it look like I no longer cared. The divorce papers, it was the only way to protect you." Tears filled my eyes. The anger I felt yesterday melted into confusion and awe. He had risked everything to keep me safe. "You risked my trust, to protect me." I whispered. "Yes," he said. "It hurt to see you cry, to watch your heart break. But if I hadn't, they would have come for you, and for us." I sank to my knees, overwhelmed. My love for him, shaken just a day ago, now felt stronger, tied not only to memories but to the danger we faced together. "There's more," he said, serious. "You need to understand fully before it's too late." He handed me a photograph. My breath caught. The man in the photo, the same one from the night's attack, was standing in a dark room with papers scattered around him. My heart raced. "This man is behind everything," my husband said. "He's manipulated events for years. If he discovers you know the truth, you could be in real danger." I clutched the photograph, shaking. Fear gripped me, but determination surged. I realized that running or hiding would not save me. To survive, I had to face the danger, with him. "Then we face him together," I said, my voice steady. "Whatever happens, we face it together." He nodded, relief flashing in his eyes. "You must trust me completely. One mistake, one hesitation, and we could lose everything." I promised, my hands gripping his. "I trust you." That night, the air was thick with tension. Every sound outside the house, every shadow, felt like a threat. My mind raced with questions. Who else was involved? How far would they go? Could we survive? He stayed close to me, planning, preparing. I watched him, amazed at his strength and calm. This was the man I had married, but somehow stronger, sharper, almost untouchable. Before sleep could claim me, a single thought echoed in my mind. If he's hiding a secret so dangerous, how far will I have to go to survive, and to save him? And as I lay there, clutching the sheets, I knew this was only the beginning. The danger was real, the enemies were powerful, and the secrets we had uncovered would lead us down a path none of us could have imagined. The morning sunlight crept through the curtains, but it brought no warmth to my heart. Sleep had abandoned me, leaving only fear and anticipation. Last night's revelations replayed endlessly. The divorce papers, the photograph, the man who wanted to destroy everything we had. He was already awake, moving quietly through the house. I watched him, amazed at the calm precision in his actions, even after the chaos of the previous night. He looked like the man I had married, yet stronger, sharper, untouchable. "I can't keep secrets anymore," he said, turning toward me. His voice was steady, but I sensed the weight behind it. "It's time you know everything, the reason he came for us, and why I gave you the divorce papers." I nodded, holding my breath. My heart pounded. He gestured for me to follow him to the small room in the back, the one with the safe. He opened it again, pulling out more photographs and documents. "These people aren't just dangerous. They're powerful. And they think by using you, they can get to me. That's why I had to make it look like I no longer cared." I felt my knees weaken. "So, the divorce papers, it was all for my safety?" "Yes," he said. "I had to make them believe we were separated. If they saw us together, they would have attacked immediately. I wanted to tell you, but it would have put you in direct danger. I had no choice. Tears streamed down my face. The heartbreak from yesterday melted into awe and relief. The man I thought had betrayed me had risked everything to protect me. There's more, he said. He handed me a photograph of a man I had never met, the same one who had tried to attack us. His eyes were cold, calculating, and cruel. This is the one behind everything. He has been manipulating events for years. If he discovers you know the truth, you could be in serious danger. I clutched the photograph, shaking. Fear gripped me, but determination surged. Running or hiding wouldn't save me. I had to face the danger, with him. Then we face him together, I said, my voice steady despite the fear bubbling inside me. Whatever happens, we face it together. He nodded, relief flashing across his face. You must trust me completely. One mistake, one hesitation, and we could lose everything. I promised, my hands gripping his tightly. I trust you. Hours passed in tense silence. Shadows moved outside, and every creak of the house sounded like a warning. I watched him, marveling at his calm, his preparation, his strength. This was the man I had judged so harshly just days ago, but now I saw him as my protector, my guardian, my love. Suddenly, a knock at the door made both of us freeze. My heart jumped into my throat. They're back, he whispered, his hand gripping mine tightly. Stay close. I watched as he opened the door slowly. Outside stood a woman I had never seen before. Her eyes were sharp, calculating, but there was something familiar, something that made my blood run cold. I'm here to help, she said calmly. But time is running out. They know you are together, and they won't stop until they get what they want. He nodded at her, then turned to me. This is the final step. We have to face them, and end this, once and for all. My mind raced with fear and anticipation. I realized that running or hiding wouldn't save us. Survival depended on trust, courage, and facing the danger head-on. That night, every sound outside, every shadow, felt like a threat. The enemy's presence was close, almost tangible. And I understood, our anniversary, once a day of hope and love, had become the day that would test everything we had. As we prepared, I whispered to myself the question that haunted me. If he's hiding a secret so dangerous, how far will I have to go to survive, and to save him? And deep down, I knew the answer. Whatever came next, we would face it together. The night was silent, but the house felt heavy, like the calm before a storm. I couldn't sleep. My mind replayed the divorce papers, the photograph, and the man who wanted to destroy everything we had. Fear and anticipation churned in my chest. He moved quietly around the house, preparing. I watched him, amazed at his calm precision, even after the chaos of the past nights. He looked like the man I had married, yet stronger, sharper, untouchable. I can't let you face this alone, he said softly. They know we are together now. They will come for us tonight. My stomach churned, but I refused to run. I had to face this with him. Then we face them together, I said, gripping his hand. Hours passed. The shadows outside seemed alive, and every sound echoed through the house. And then it happened, a loud crash at the front door. My heart leapt into my throat. They're here, he whispered. He pulled me close. Every muscle in his body tensed. Ready. He opened the door slowly. There, in the moonlight, stood the man from the photograph. His eyes were cold and calculating, filled with dangerous intent. You shouldn't have come here, my husband said, stepping protectively in front of me. The man smirked. I always get what I want, he said, his gaze sweeping over me. A shiver ran down my spine. What do you want from us? My husband demanded. I want what is mine, the man said, voice low and cruel. And I'll do whatever it takes to take it. The tension was electric. My heart raced as I watched him prepare to strike. Then, without warning, he lunged. My husband moved first, grabbing his arm. The struggle was brutal, every move precise, every second critical. I screamed, clutching the table. My mind spun with fear, but also awe. The man I had judged so harshly was now my protector, fighting for my life, for our love. Finally, with one decisive move, my husband overpowered him, pushing him back. I ran to his side, trembling. "Is it over?" I whispered. "For now," he said, holding me tightly. "But this isn't the end. They will return. And when they do, we must be ready." Relief and fear warred inside me. I realized that love wasn't about flowers or gifts, it was about trust, courage, and sacrifice. And the man I thought had betrayed me had risked everything to keep me alive. As we locked the doors and watched the shadows outside, I whispered, "How far would someone go to destroy the life of the person they claim to love, and would we survive the next attack?" He held me tighter, and I believed it for the first time. Together, we could face anything, even the unimaginable dangers ahead. That night, I understood our anniversary was no longer about gifts or romance. It had become the day that tested the limits of our love, a day that revealed strength, courage, and the unbreakable bond between us. The sun had barely risen, but I was already awake. Sleep had abandoned me, leaving only fear and anticipation. Last night's attack replayed in my mind, the crash, the struggle, the man who wanted to destroy everything we had built. He moved quietly around the house, calm and precise. Even after the chaos, he seemed untouchable. I watched him, feeling a mixture of fear and admiration. This was the man I had judged harshly, yet now I saw his courage, his love, and his determination to protect me at all costs. "I can't hide anything from you anymore," he said softly. "You need to know the truth behind the divorce papers, the threats, and the danger that's followed us. It all leads to him, the man you've seen." I swallowed hard, gripping his hand. My heart pounded. "Tell me," I said. He led me to the small room with the safe and opened it. Documents, photographs, and files spilled out. "These people are powerful, and they want something I have. They tried to hurt you to get to me. I had to make it seem like we were separated so they wouldn't strike while you were vulnerable." I felt my knees weaken. "So, everything, the divorce papers, it was to protect me?" "Yes," he said. "I had no choice. It hurt to see you cry, but it was the only way to keep you safe." Tears streamed down my face. The anger and heartbreak of the past days melted into awe and gratitude. He had risked everything to protect me. Then, a sudden knock at the door made both of us freeze. My heart leapt. "They're back," he whispered. He pulled me close. "Stay behind me." He opened the door slowly. Outside stood a woman I had never seen, her eyes sharp and calculating, yet familiar somehow. "I'm here to help," she said. "But time is running out. They know you are together, and they will not stop until they get what they want." He nodded. "This is it. We face them, and end this once and for all." The hours that followed were a whirlwind. Every shadow outside, every creak of the house, felt like a threat. I stayed close to him, terrified but determined. Running or hiding would not save us. We had to face the danger together. Finally, the enemy arrived, not just one, but several, armed and relentless. The battle was fierce. I clung to him, watching as he fought with skill and courage. Every move was precise, every second mattered. I realized then the depth of his love, the lengths he would go to protect me. At the climax, he faced the main antagonist, the man from the photograph. The tension between them was electric. And just when it seemed the man might succeed, my husband revealed the final truth. He had anticipated this attack. The enemy walked right into a trap, and the evidence he had gathered exposed them completely. The man was powerless, defeated, and the danger finally ended. I collapsed into my husband's arms, trembling, crying, and laughing all at once. Relief, fear, love, and triumph swirled inside me. "You are safe now," he whispered. I promised, and I kept that promise. I looked into his eyes, filled with tears and awe. I understand now, everything. The divorce papers, the fear, the silence, it was all to protect me. He kissed my forehead tenderly. Yes. And we survived together. That's what love truly is. Trust, sacrifice, and never letting go, even in the darkest moments. As the sun rose, casting warm light through the windows, I realized the truth. Love was not about flowers or gifts. It was about trust, courage, and surviving even the darkest betrayal. Our anniversary had started with divorce papers and heartbreak, but it ended with something far greater: survival, truth, and a love strong enough to face any danger. And as we stepped outside together, hand in hand, I asked the question that had haunted me since that terrible morning. Could love survive even the darkest betrayal? And now I knew the answer. Yes, love can survive everything, if hearts are strong and trust never fades. That day, our anniversary became more than a date on a calendar. It became a story of fear, danger, courage, and the unbreakable bond between two people who refused to be torn apart. And now I have to ask you, what would you do if the person you loved most betrayed you in the most shocking way? Would you fight, forgive, or run? If this story gripped you, make sure to subscribe to Stories Untold for more unbelievable and emotional tales you won't see anywhere else.